Sometimes it is not the biggest building that unsettles people most. It is the smaller structure, the one off to the side, the one that does not quite fit, the one that seems to invite a single question. What was that for? At Zorro Ranch, one of the strangest details to emerge from recent reporting was a structure described as the White Yurt. And what made it grip people was not only the claim attached to it, it was the objects reportedly found inside. A defibrillator, a statue, a setting strange enough to trigger immediate speculation. Why the White Yurt matters, not because the wildest theories are proven, but because once again, the Epstein story produces a space that feels secretive, theatrical, and difficult to explain. This video is about symbolic spaces, the kinds of places that seem designed to separate ordinary life from whatever happens inside. According to a whistleblower allegation tied to the 2026 investigation into Zorro Ranch, a White Yurt on the property was used for what were described as rituals. That claim, at this stage, remains an allegation. But then came the reported photographs shown to lawmakers. Images said to show a defibrillator inside the tent, and a statue described as depicting a man of African appearance. This is where the story becomes combustible, because once you place a medical defibrillator inside a structure already being described in unusual terms, speculation escalates immediately. People begin asking whether whatever happened there was physically intense, controlled, ceremonial, dangerous. That does not mean those theories are true. It means the setting itself invites them. And that is the recurring pattern in this case. A private property, an unusual space, objects that seem out of place, and just enough evidence to provoke fear without fully resolving it. That combination is powerful, because the human mind rushes to fill gaps when the environment already feels secretive. So why does this detail matter? Because the White Yurt is not disturbing only because of what may have happened there. It is disturbing because it fits the larger architecture of the Epstein story. Private spaces, restricted access, strange objects, unclear purpose, and an atmosphere thick with insulation. That is how suspicion deepens, not always through proof, sometimes through design. A place can feel engineered to separate insiders from outsiders, to create a world within a world, a setting where ordinary rules feel suspended. And once that pattern repeats often enough, even small details begin to feel loaded. The clearest conclusion is this: the White Yurt allegation remains unproven. The claim of rituals has not been established as fact, and the objects reportedly photographed inside do not, by themselves, explain what took place there, but they do add another deeply unsettling layer to a case already defined by secrecy, control, and environments that seem built to conceal as much as they reveal. That is why this story lingers, not because every theory is true, but because, once again, there appears to be a private space, a strange claim, and just enough evidence to make the public ask the same question. What exactly was going on behind closed ground? If you are watching The Unveiled Darkness, subscribe, because next, we keep following the spaces, the symbols, and the structures that make secrecy feel organized rather than accidental.